one story that has us all absolutely captivated at the moment. Burnley, who are hoping to get promoted back into the Premier League, and their amazing goalie, James Trafford, who's in the form of his life at the moment. This is a wonderful, what we call a crossover story between both kinds of football. You see, the Clarets are part owned by former NFL great J.J. Watt, and young James just happens to be a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan. So here's the background to it all. On Thursday of this week, Burnley posting a text conversation purportedly between Trafford and Watt, with Trafford asking, "Quick one, mate, fancy coming out of retirement for the Bengals next season?" J.J. Watt's response, "You don't allow a goal the rest of the season, and it's a deal." Now, according to the tweet, that conversation taking place just 3 days after Christmas on December the 28th. And would you believe it, since then, Burnley have yet to concede a goal in league play. In fact, this past Wednesday, they became the first club in England's second tier to keep 10 straight clean sheets after beating Hull City 2-0. Next up for Burnley, though, on Saturday, it's a big battle with Lancashire rivals Preston. Let's get to Northwest England now. Great to be joined by Joe Redmond, who's the founder and the host of Turfcast podcast. Joe, thanks so much for your time. Great to have you on. Plenty of interest in this story, especially over here in the US. But give us some local insights into how this is all playing out where you are, because you're right there in Burnley.
Yeah, so we've been aware of this for quite a few weeks, really. Burnley only just posted it this week, but it came out like about a month and a half ago, this message between Trafford and JJ. And obviously since then, he's been absolutely fantastic. Not just James, but the entire defence. And as you've already mentioned, we've not conceded a goal since that message. So it's looking like he might have to come out of retirement at this stage if we don't concede a goal again. But yeah, let's get past tomorrow first. And then fingers crossed, he's going to have to start dusting his boots off.
Yeah, one game at a time. It's a fascinating story. It's been a real buzzworthy topic in our office and beyond. Tell us more about James Trafford himself. It's an incredible run both he and his defence have been on in recent weeks. What's he like? Tell us more about him as a person, and just how good is he, do you feel, as a goalie?
Yeah, well, to be honest, we've seen James go full circle now, because last season it was criticised by quite a lot of Burnley fans, myself included, to be fair. But obviously we were playing in the Premier League last season. The quality's a lot higher. I did say at the time, I don't think James is particularly ready for the Premier League at this stage, but he is going to go on to have a fantastic career. And I stand by what I said. I always said he would be, as soon as Jordan Pickford retires, or falls out the frame with the England team. I think Trafford's going to be the England number one for the next 10, 15 years. And he's really coming into his own this season. Obviously, we've dropped down a division. I do think that's helped. We've changed manager as well, who plays like a more defensive style. I think that's helped as well. But yeah, he's come on absolutely leaps and bounds. You can see his confidence is just skyrocketed this year. And a lot of people say, oh, it's not all about James, and it isn't, to be fair. The defence has been fantastic, like you say, but, you know, Trafford's made some great saves in this run and throughout the season. And there was a game not so long ago when we played against Sunderland, and there was two very late penalties. I think one was in the 86th minute for Sunderland, and one was in like the 95th, 96th minute for Sunderland. Trafford saved them both. And obviously, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be having this conversation now. So he deserves a lot of credit, and he's come on leaps and bounds this season. He really has.
We wouldn't even be talking now. Hey, why just save one penalty when you can save two, right? What's it like?
Yeah,
What's it like going to watch games at Burnley? Must be a great experience. And I want to know, how often do you see JJ Watt at games? And what do you think, Joe? Do you think he may have to start looking for a place to live in Cincinnati soon? What do you think?
It's going to be a hell of an achievement if we manage it between now and the end of the season. Like, it's mid-February, we've got to get till the end of May. Yeah, it's going to be a massive achievement if we do that. So I'd just stay off looking for houses just yet if I was JJ. Yeah, it's great. I love going to the turf. Obviously, the ground's called Turf Moor. We just call it the turf. I go on with my dad, who's in his 60s, my little boy who's 6, so 3 generations of Burnley fans. And I've been going on with my dad since about 1992 when I was 4. I've had a season ticket ever since then. I've sat in every single stand. My little boy's got his first season ticket this season. He's been going on for a couple of years, but he's got his first season ticket this season. And we're going on away games as well now regularly with my little boy as well. He's called Parker. He absolutely loves it. We're going to Preston tomorrow. I know you've already mentioned it, but we're really looking forward to it. And he's already in bed. Well, it's 10:30 over here, so he should be already in bed. But he went to bed very early, all nice and excited, ready for ready for the game tomorrow. But yeah, JJ, I think JJ gets over like 3-4 times a season. You always hear stories and see pictures of him walking around the town. There's a famous pub round here that you might have heard of called the Royal Dash. He's always in there. You'll see him behind the bar, even pulling pints and handing them out to punters. So yeah, it's always great to see JJ over in Burnley.
Yeah, fantastic. Wonderful storylines everywhere you look. Thank you so much for your time, Joe. We really do appreciate it. And hope to have you on again soon. We'll see if this streak continues. All the best to you, mate.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Thank you for having me.
Great pleasure. All right.